All right, so let's try balancing reactions using the inspection method or traditional method. For this, we need to follow some rules. The only thing you can add or take away are coefficients, which are the big numbers we write before the molecules or compounds. Okay, this coefficient is going to affect everything that comes in front. Okay, so you need to count every time you change one, and when you finish, make sure you have the simplified version. Okay, all right, so let's try an example. So balancing reactions is taking into account the law of conservation of mass, which tells us we have to have the same amount of elements, okay, on the reactant side as on the product side. So we need to count each one of the elements and then make sure we adjust so that we have the same amount on both of those sides. So let's line them up, okay? So we have vanadium, we have oxygen, we have calcium, and we have sulfur. All right, we're gonna draw a line. Alrighty, so we're gonna count everything we have on the reactant side. Here we have 2 vanadiums. Okay, this subscript, okay, tells us we have 2 elements, 2 atoms of vanadium in this molecule, so 2 vanadiums. Okay, oxygens, we have 5. Calciums, if you don't have anything here, it means you have a 1, so 1 calcium. Sulfur, 1, same thing, it doesn't say, so you have 1. Now on the product side, you have 1 calcium, okay, right, 1 oxygen, 2 vanadiums, and then 5 sulfurs. Okay, which order are we going to follow? Okay, there is no special order, and if you don't follow it, it will not affect, but it does help to put an order into things. So first we're going to balance metals, then non-metals, okay, then oxygens, then hydrogens. If you follow this order, okay, oxygens and hydrogens will end up balancing each other. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the balancing. So we have vanadium, okay, and we have a calcium. They are both already balanced. We have 2, okay, on the reactant side and 2 on the product side. So we're set into that sense, okay. Calcium, the same thing. We have 1 on the reactants, 1 on the product side. Excellent so far. So now we have non-metals. Let's go ahead and start with sulfur. So here we have 5 on the products and 1 on the reactant side. So how can we make the amount of sulfurs the same? Okay, well, we can write a coefficient. We need 5 sulfurs, okay? So we're going to write a big 5 next to it. So we need 5 molecules, okay? So we count 5. Now we have 5 times 1. So that's 5 sulfurs now. Excellent. But it also affected the calcium. So now we have also 5 calciums. So, well, here, this calcium, we only have 1 on this other side. So we need to fix that and make it 5. How can we make this 5? Writing a big 5 next to it. So we count calciums again. Okay, now we have 5 calciums, and it also affected oxygen. So now we have 5 times 1, 5 oxygens. Beautiful. Okay, so now we check, right? Vanadium is balanced. Oxygen, 5 and 5, balanced. Calcium, 5 and 5, balanced. And sulfur, 5 and 5. So your final answer, okay, would be as is.